Today we're looking at Childish Gambino's new record, Awaken My Love. And yeah, I know there are so many other people, so many other YouTubers who've been reviewing and looking at this album before, but I don't care. I want to give my personal viewpoint on this album. So here it goes. Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, made his first record back in 2011. It was called Camp, and ever since that record, he has been progressively going through the realms of hip-hop, experimental rap, and also pop. And now with his newest record, he's taking a complete U-turn and going into funk, psychedelic rock, and even some soul and R&B stuff. To be honest, I haven't listened that much to Childish Gambino's music before. I listened a lot to this new album, and I went through the previous albums a couple of times, and to be honest, there is a very, very big change when it comes to his music in general. You might think that an artist that is taking such a big leap into a new field, you would think that some of his or her weak points would be showing off a little bit more, but actually Donald Glover is doing a great job with these new genres that he's trying out. He's doing an amazing job, to be honest. When I put this record on, I really want to listen to it from the start to the finish, because it's very, like, in every single track there's something new, there's something unexplored. What is hitting you with this record is it's so unpredictable, and it's still following this recipe, kind of. So it's doing the best of both worlds. It's exploring new territory and forever giving you some new stuff in every single track, and it also has kind of this integrity that you want a good album to have. One of the songs that are very unexpected is, for example, the first track, which is called Me and Your Mama, and it starts out with this very blissful, very calm, very chill instrumentation. There's some backing vocals there, but it's really just repeating itself over and over and over until like 2 minutes into the song, when you're struck with this guitar riff playing. And there's also some drums at the back. There's some driving drums, and it really reminds me of some 70s Led Zeppelin, King Crimson stuff. During the last part of the song, all the instruments become less intense. The volume is lower. That's one way of saying lower. Anyways, yeah, the song becomes less intense. The volume becomes lower, and the rhythm also goes a bit down, I think. And I love that way of kind of creating this song, their way of crafting this song. It starts very calm, punches you in the face, and then it goes back to being very calm and subtle again. And that reminds me of how the whole record kind of is like. It has its ups, it has its downs. Songs that you hear earlier in the album, such as Have Some Love, Boogeyman, and Riot, these are songs that are very hard-hitting, they're very dominant, while other songs that come later in the album, such as Redbone, Baby Boy, and Night Me and Your Mom Met, these songs are a little bit more calmer, and they're more subtle. And that is the whole point that I'm trying to make. There's always some type of novelty in the album that keeps you wanting more, so that you listen from start to finish. Now, when I think about the album and how Glover radically changed his pathway in terms of his music career, or in terms of what music he wanted to create, I don't know where he drew his inspiration from, but I can clearly hear that there are similarities between his music that he created now and other artists. The song Boogeyman, for example, immediately reminded me of something Frank Zappa could have made. When first listening to the lyrics, they might seem very imaginary and absurd, although I think there's some deeper truths, although I think there's some deeper meaning to the lyrics. It starts out sounding very absurd, very weird. That reminded me of something Frank Zappa could have made. The progression of the instrumentation here is also very, there's a lot of different experimentation going on here. which also reminded me a lot of Frank Zappa's works, which is very, very progressive and very random at times. Another reference came to my mind when I heard the song Have Some Love. It really reminded me of Peaches and Cream by Beck. And if you've ever listened to Beck's album Midnight Vultures, you will hear a lot of similarities between that record and Childish Gambino's new record here. There's a lot of funk in both, and I also think that there's a lot of similarities between Beck's voice and Glover's voice when they get into this high-pitched screaming, like Aah! Another thing that really caught my attention while listening to this album is that there's this very nice mix between playful songs and more serious songs. The song California, for example, is very playful and very humorous almost, while the song that comes immediately after, which is called Terrified, yeah, it is more serious. It is terrifyingly serious. Because of this alteration between playfulness, seriousness, these highs and lows, I think the record becomes even deeper. It gets another level of depth, and you get a very rich musical experience from that, from the first track till the last track. Now, when it comes to lyrics, if we look at it from a lyrical point of view, I think the songs switch topic from song to song, but there is a recurring topic, at least in some of the songs. For example, Me and Your Mama, Baby Boy, The Night Me and Your Mama, Me and My Mama, all refer to Glover's relationship with his former girlfriend, I think, and his son. These songs are touching on the relationship that Glover had with his former girlfriend and his son, how this is kind of developing, and how he finds it really, really hard to kind of maintain a family, but at the same time being separated from his ex-girlfriend. In the track Stand Tall, it also seems like he wants to perpetuate some knowledge or advice that he got from his parents on to his son. So some of the lyrics here are very deep and meaningful. I didn't look into every single detail or every single song, but it's this record has a lot of songs that are interesting lyrically to look into. So to sum up, this album actually holds itself really, really strong. I don't know, if you're interested in rock or if you're interested in checking out something new that you will get an impact from, then I would absolutely recommend this record. And what kind of score do I have to give to this record? Well, I would give it a carrot, broccoli, berry, orange juice. That is what I would give it, aka a 7. That's the smoothie, that's the ratings for today. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like from this album, this artist. If you have any idea of what I can review during my next video, then please leave it down in the comments and I'll check it out. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Bye.